Hello everyone, welcome to our series India After Independence. Let's continue land reforms that were started, covered four broad areas. Second one is tenancy reforms. These reforms had three basic objectives. First, to guarantee security of tenure to the tenants who had cultivated a piece of land for a fixed particular number of years. Secondly, to seek the reduction of rents paid by the tenants to a fair level. Thirdly, to provide for opportunity to tenant to gain ownership of the lands he cultivated subject to certain restrictions. Such legislation sought to balance the interest of tenants and landowners. However, in many cases, official contracts were not entered into, and as a result, tenancy continued in a concealed manner, hence not protected by the legislations. The tenants were also converted into sharecroppers who were not treated as tenants by the law. Tenancy reforms were particularly successful in states of West Bengal and Kerala. In West Bengal, Operation Barga in 1977 was launched for tenancy reforms. Tenancy law by and large failed to provide security of tenure to tenants. Reduction of rent to a fair level was almost impossible to achieve as often market determined rents were always higher than those mentioned in legislations. Success of Green Revolution also led to rise in rents in northern India. Third, ceilings on size of land holdings. Ceilings were proposed to make land distribution more equitable. However, it met with many difficulties. In many states, ceilings fixed were very high. Further, in most areas, ceilings were placed on individuals and not on family. Benami transactions were also made to escape ceiling. Further, many exemption clauses were added, which made imposition of ceiling with many loopholes. Further, long delay in bringing in the legislations and frequent litigations defeated the very purpose of sealing, as most of the landholders devised methods to escape it. It could be implemented with some success only in Jammu and Kashmir. To make the sealing legislations more effective, government also brought 34th amendment to the constitution and included the revised sealing law in the ninth schedule. With this renewed effort in 1970s, some success was achieved in redistribution of the surplus land. However, still only 2% of the cultivable area could be redistributed. Another significant contribution was those of Bhudan and Gramdan movements. Bhudan aimed at land redistribution in a voluntary manner. Acharya Vinoba Bhave, who was a Gandhian social worker, launched this movement in 1951. He organized Sarvodaya Samaj, a federation of constructive workers. He and his followers took a march of feet, Padayatra, to persuade large landowners to donate at least one-sixth of their land for redistribution among the landless, and target was 50 million acres, one-sixth of 300 million acres land. He was also joined by Jayaprakash Narayan, who left active politics for constructive social work. The movement started from Poshapalli village of Telangana, Rayan, Andhra. In early phases, it received almost 4 million acres as donation. However, the movement lost momentum after some time. Further, most of the land donated was either disputed or unfit for cultivation. The movement took a new form of Gram Dani in 1955, which derived the movement took a new form of Gram Dan in 1955, which derived its idea from the Gandhian notion that all village land belongs to Gopal or God, that is, land in a Gram Dan village will collectively belong to all villagers. The movement started in Orissa and was almost successful there. It is argued that this movement emerged mainly in those villages where class differentiation has yet not emerged. Thank you.